What up, everyone? It is currently All Things Gaming News Day. I am Mildew Carrot. I am here with It's the Nine Ball. Nine Ball, how are you doing on this wonderful, wonderful All Things Gaming News Day?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's just been a crazy day today. Hopefully it gets better. But gaming wise, everything's going fine. Shoot up the wish listed. God damn.
That's good news. That's good news. So, speaking of gaming wise, what have you been gaming on recently?
Not too much.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy upon this channel. No, I'm kidding. I'm guessing life, huh?
Not so much life. Have family and enjoying them.
Okay,
Enjoying
bro.
family being over. Like I said, we've been going all over the place. I did some gaming while we was on our out of town. We had a 3-hour trip to the safari, so
Ooh.
I brought the Steam Deck and we was just jumping on some games.
Hey, nothing wrong with some travel games. Travel games are still games, and we can definitely give you a pass on that. You know, family time. I always approve of family time being there. You know, I always approve of being there for the family and whatnot. So, calling out. I know you guys have noticed. Unfortunately, our dear Malachi is not here in person. He is here with us in spirit again. He is taking some much needed him time, family time. So, to Malachi, rest up, get better, and we will see you next week, hopefully, on All Things Gaming. Get that Raise Energy drink, Malachi. You need that. You can get that at reppsports.com. Get your Raise energy drinks, supplement powders, even some little swag at reppsports.com. Type in ALWT ALWT Gaming at checkout. And 9ball, how much would that get them off?
15%.
He sounds so excited about that, guys. He didn't have his Raise energy drink either. I'm the only one who didn't, and I'm still hyper. It's tea. That's all I can drink. Health reasons. Love it. Anyways. I've been doing some on and off gaming with a bunch of rounds of different things. I've actually been getting back onto Wild Hearts. I love the game. It definitely has a very Monster Hunter feel to it, but different story and all. I still love it. I'm not sure why it didn't do too well, but you know, I'm definitely an odd man out when it comes to choosing games and all. So, but I still think it's a good game, worth a buy in my opinion if you like the monster hunting genre. But also been getting back onto V Rising because they've done the updates with that. Some other games I've got, which are survival-based games like Remains. So your Night of the Dead, been touching that back up again because they've just been doing some updates, which is awesome. Love it when games are in early access on Steam and then their developers are still working on it and giving us some good stuff and content as it goes along. So been doing that. Playing some of the new Master Duels little events that have been going on. Been playing with Hey It's Abs, Gravity Mark II, 9ball. We tried to get 9ball on, but he ghosted us on Phasmophobia. No, but I'm kidding. You're probably out at that time, so we've just been on there just trying to do a little bit of it. Yeah, we were having a good time. There's sometimes we were just like, wait, what? Like we just got screwed. It's so much fun. So I love the game. I can't wait for 2.0 update to come out here. Hopefully, I believe what they say, sometime in July is when that was due. I know with good news to anyone who has heard about us playing Phasmophobia and other people playing Phasmophobia and don't have on the PC, it is coming to consoles here soon. As soon as this 2.0 update releases. So I cannot wait for that. We can finally get Malachi on 9ball.
I know.
He's missing out on so much. So much.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. Go ahead. What you got there? 9ball? What you got?
Speaking of missing out.
Oh,
that ban list for Master Duel. We're gonna talk about this, Konami.
They doing some crazy stuff again?
No tier limit hits. Really? No. They hit Solik, but that was it. But for some reason, they posted all their hate towards Flanders.
They hate the birds. The birds are giving them the bird, man.
I guess. It's so dumb. But that's neither here nor there.
That's just us nerds.
Yeah. But well, it's a lot of people kind of complaining. I mean, I guess it's I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I thought they was gonna hit tier limits after this, but they did, and they kind of just pretend like they don't exist. They're probably waiting on cash tier to see if they hit them. But that's like I said, that's neither here nor there. But we're gonna go back to other gaming news.
Other gaming news. Love that. Love that. Well, what do we have for gaming news here today, guys? We have Nintendo Direct for tomorrow. That's right. For you Nintendo fans, Jason Vanelli from GameSpot, Nintendo is getting in on the summer announcement onslaught as the company has announced a new Nintendo Direct presentation for tomorrow, June 21st. Confirmation of a new Direct came from the official Nintendo of America Twitter account. We confirmed the event will feature roughly 40 minutes of information of Switch games coming in the second half of 2023, with a particular focus on Pikmin 4, which launches July 21st. So, according to this, you can tune in June 21st at 7 a.m. PT, 10 a.m. ET for at Nintendo Direct live streaming, which will feature roughly 40 minutes of information focused mainly on Nintendo Switch titles launching this year. Nineball, what does this information say to you?
Absolutely nothing. Like, I don't even have a Switch. I can't even really think of any Switch. I mean, yeah, it's Zelda, but unless it gets like a breakout title, to be honest, to me, like I said, my biggest one was probably, ironically, would be more Xbox than any of the other two. Because, like somebody was watching, I was watching like Cult of Mush or any other PC style person. Most of them would say the same thing. The Xbox is good because most Xbox games will instantly transfer over to PC.
Yep.
And since I also have Game Pass, it makes it even better. So I don't really know a lot of Xbox. I mean, Nintendo games that I really want.
Don't know about Xbox. He doesn't even know what he's talking about here. He's like, I don't know. It's something. For me, I do play Switch. I do play some Nintendo games. I do like it. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to announce. I do want to learn more about Pikmin 4. That was a game I did enjoy in my youth as a kid on the GameCube and all. My main thing, though, I really hope that comes out of this is I want more news on Metroid Prime 4. We've already gotten them giving us the re-edited editions, relaunched to Switch for Metroid and Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime Echoes, and now we got like 4. They've announced 4 at the VGA, I think like, what was it, 2 years ago? They announced it, and now it's like, we haven't heard anything. So they need to confirm something. They either need to confirm it was started and then they killed it, Samus crashed into an asteroid. Oh, well, we're not going to bother recovering her. Or, she just got lost and took a left turn at Albuquerque, So they need to tell something. That's mainly what I'm hoping that they tell us. Now, I was also hoping maybe we could get some more on the new Monster Hunter console edition game. But if they're going to be mainly focusing on Switch games, probably not going to hear that here. But I'm hoping we do hear more on that soon because as a Monster Hunter fan, I am dying to get it on with you, Nineball, Malachi, Gravity, my friend. So we out here, like, just get on there and just get hunting. Just get hunting. Just have a good old time hunting. And if they keep what they did in Rise, especially, it's gonna be a good game, guys. It's gonna be so good. So, Nintendo, hopefully you do come out here with some good stuff. We were thinking about doing some predictions, but because Nineball doesn't even remember what a Nintendo is, and Malachi, sometimes is here or not there with his Switch and all, I think we're just gonna say we hope for the best, for Nintendo, especially with some good games and stuff. And that's about it. We will not be live reacting to that because that does start 10 a.m. our time, so there's no way we're going to be available for that one. Life is in the way. If anything, we may talk about it next Tuesday once it does post and come through, possibly. So, but yeah, once more, Nintendo Direct, the 21st of June, should be tomorrow. That is 7 a.m. PT, 10 a.m. ET. Next up, Final Fantasy gets day 1 patch. But it's not as bad as it all sounds. Joseph Yaden from GameSpot. Final Fantasy 16 will get a one-day patch that fixes several minor issues, including crashes, text errors, progress blockers, and more. It will also feature performance enhancements. This comes by way of a live stream featuring the game's producer, Naoki Yoshida, via Eurogamer. Previously, Square Enix has stated that a one-day patch for Final Fantasy 16 wasn't planned, so it appears the developer changed its mind. However, the patch is not required, meaning players can still jump in without downloading it. This is a rapid patch. It's not necessary to actually play the game, Yoshida said during the live stream. The full list of patch notes is listed below, which we have here. Fix a control flag issue that can make progress impossible under very specific circumstances. Fix an issue wherein the game could close unexpectedly under very specific circumstances. Optimizes performance in several places and fix some minor text errors. The update is referred to as minor, though it's recommended to download it to ensure the best possible experience. Square Enix previously stated that it believes games should work as expected when they launch, and that the team didn't do many pre-releases or release day updates for Final Fantasy 16. So, Nineball.
Yeah.
We've got a new game that everyone's been anticipating, and we know Malachi is like chomping the bit away. Like, I don't even think the bit's still there anymore because he's been waiting for this game to come out and is dying to play here. And I believe it comes out in 2 days. Time,
Yeah, it comes
here on June 22nd. So, what does a day one patch that they are saying is not needed but would probably make the game perform just a lot better? What does this say to you? What does this do for you?
I don't know. I mean, I'll have to see how big the patch is. I mean, it shouldn't be big. If it's text errors, it shouldn't be big. Probably for translation. I don't really know what that'll do. I mean, hopefully like I said, hopefully it still works according to plan. And I just hope the only good parts or the only parts worth playing are the parts you got in the demo. So I'm just hoping it comes on and fully works. So that's all I'm hoping for. I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you play the demo at all?
I did not.
Oh.
I will gladly raise my hand and say, no, I completely did not play that demo.
I got it. I played a bit of it.
I know if Malachi was on here, he would have a rant about it because I know him and Gravity had a long conversation about it. Like it took him a while to get through it. Like they were like, holy crap, So I got some bits and pieces. It's like apparently it's like Final Fantasy meets like Game of Thrones, Attack on Titan type of feels too, is what I was getting from Gravity. So I don't know. Like
yeah, I guess. It's not me being mean, but I don't really like that analogy.
Ooh.
And that may sound mean, but it's best if we just stay as far away from Game of Thrones as possible.
I said the same thing. I'm like, if it's Game of Thrones, I'm like, I'm good.
Game of Thrones started out good and went down. Like the first half was like really good, and then the second half just started going down.
So with that analogy, then, are you saying that this game is going to start out good and then go down the crapper? Then
this could be.
Don't jinx it, Gravity. Don't jinx it for Malachi. He needs this game. He needs it.
That's why I don't like to say Game of Thrones, because that makes me think of season 8, which was literally just like the abridged version. Oh my god, it was
like I said, I've never seen that show at all.
I watched all 8 seasons of it. Like I made it through all.
Blessings upon you, sir.
Well, the first one was pretty good. It's just they set all this stuff into place and then did nothing with it at the end. And this could be a problem. I mean, unfortunately, hopefully Final Fantasy doesn't do the same thing. Put a bunch of crap into place and then it just never comes to fruition. It's just there.
Well, from what Gravity said to me, and it, like I said, I'm just repeating verbatim of what I do remember, and this has been a little bit ago they told me, and it just I will admit some of it went in one ear and out the other, guys. He did kind of say like that and I believe Malachi also mentioned this, is that it's from the perspective of a rogue trying to get his revenge, while apparently like a Game of Thrones plot is going on in the side background. You know,
Yeah, I think I seen that when I played the demo because I was kind of like, oh yeah, I've seen this before.
and I'm always like,
I've
this feels familiar.
Game of Thrones was all about the kingdom and getting the throne, which,
Yeah,
uh,
the one true Iron Throne of Swords
oh
that you would
god,
not want to sit on, in my opinion.
oh my god, it's the ending was so bad, so bad.
That's what I've heard.
Game of Thrones ending was so bad. It made no sense.
What I've heard.
I mean, the graphics look brilliant. And by the way, and this may sound like a gripe, but I don't know if it's a gripe or not. Why the heck is the best rendered thing in Final Fantasy 16 the dog? That dog was heavily rendered. Like that was like, dude, they put more time in the dog's fur than they did in the people there.
It's probably because the one who was working on the model actually cared.
They put a lot. Like in Final Fantasy, don't get me wrong, Final Fantasy
They
16
put
looks
each
good,
individual hair on it. They're like, you must be
but that
perfect.
dog
No, it's on
really stood out. It was like, oh my
the.
god. They spent a lot of time on that dog. I was like, oh my god, yeah, this dog, man, this is where it's at.
They actually made a. They loved it so much they went in and actually made a virtual brush and then actually brushed its fur and all.
From what I played of it, it's not too bad, but for me, it gives me a good perspective as to where I'm gonna place it. So for me, I'm putting it probably third on my list. I was trying
Interesting.
to figure out
Interesting.
where I was gonna rank it because I was looking at 3 games. I already picked up, like I said, I picked up. I'm waiting on Starfield because that's the one I see myself probably playing the most. If it's one thing I love to do, is customize.
Oh, preach it.
I love science. I love sciencey things, and one of my favorite things is experimenting, learning something, how it works, and then improving on it. How can I take this and how can I build this differently that it works even better? And so I see myself probably spending a lot of time on Starfield working on my spaceship and stuff. I think the next one probably would be Diablo 4 because I see myself doing it. And I see Final Fantasy 16 third. Now, I don't think 16 is gonna be bad, but I see it's one of those games I'll probably play, beat, and then be done with it. And this is no terms of a bad thing because the characters look brilliant. And from what I've seen, if you see the opening, oh, I would still say I don't know if the demo still out or not.
I don't believe the demo is. Let me take a quick gander here. Uh, I'm not sure if it would be because they're like literally like 2 days away from the launch date. Um, doo-doo. Well, it's just saying
I'm
it was
sh-
available as of June 12th, so it might still be available up until launch day.
okay, so I would say probably download it, give it a shot, and see how you like it.
Hmm.
I mean, it is going for. I guess I don't. I hate to use the word darker tone because everybody used the term dark.
Dark Souls? What?
I'm not.
I'm not
I
saying
hope
it's a
it's.
Dark Soul game.
I know. You're not saying it's Souls like. I'm just saying it's. I'm hoping too that that doesn't get in the way of it. Also, some people try so hard to prove that they're going dark that they miss the point as to why the show existed to begin with. Um, Putting darker themes or darker tones in something isn't bad. It's just how it's used, and I always say that all the time. Does it make sense to the plot, or does it make sense to how it's being used? Just putting something there just to put it there doesn't make sense. For what I played on 16, it doesn't feel too bad on it. It had like I think from what I played a little bit, it was like a bit of cursing here and there, but it's overall, it still has that Final Fantasy look and feel to it. The revised type creatures, which there's certain parts in it I don't want to spoil, but I'll probably talk about it later. But
Mm-hmm.
I would encourage people to give it a shot, especially if you're a
Okay.
Final Fantasy fan. It's a different take feel than normal,
I'd be
and it
surprised if there's not any Final Fantasy fan that hasn't already started to play the demo, or played through it already in day one when it launched.
I know, but like I said, it's a different feel, and there are different types of Final Fantasy fans. Like some people go, "I'm a Final Fantasy fan." There's different types. Some people liked it the ATB versions, and they don't
Mm,
kind of. I've seen people like that. I've actually talked to people like that. They don't like the more action oriented. They like the old classic ATB, style
mm,
of gameplay. And there's some that like the more, fat. They like the newer 7 faster pace. 7 was still, I would say, kind of an ATB one, but when I played 7, it sort of struck a cool medium between the two, which I liked. I mean, I played 15. 15 felt very much more action oriented. So this one is definitely one I always encourage a person if the demo's out and you have not played it for some reason. Maybe you got busy, maybe you forgot it, maybe you just didn't have space on your hard drive at the time. Maybe you was school or whatever. I would encourage you to download it, play it, see if you like it. Does it resonate with you? I have a few other things, some good, some bad with it. Um, but overall, it's for me, like I said, it's ranked third, which doesn't mean I'm not going to pick it up. It just means I'm going to pick it up later. This is going to be a
mm-hmm.
game I'm probably going to play, beat, and I don't see myself really sticking around to, just come back and replay. It doesn't feel like a Cyberpunk or a Skyrim or even a Starfield or even a No Man's Sky where I see myself probably I'm about to, beat No Man's Sky and then I'm gonna just probably replay it more of a combat focused one to see how that goes. But maybe there's enough there to prove you wrong. But from what I've been playing, and I'm probably gonna play some more of it here later on, I think it's probably for me gonna be a beat and put back.
Until
But
maybe wait
over,
until farther later on when you want to replay the story again.
yeah, probably later on down the road. Like I erased a bunch of games because I figured out how to get Epic Games onto my Steam Deck.
You cursed your Steam Deck with that?
No, I get Kenna Bridge of Spirits back.
As
So now
Greg
I
would
got
say, you placed a curse upon your Steam Deck. He hates Epic right now.
yeah, Epic
After
Game.
that last issue with the Midnight Ghost Hunt, oh, he hates them.
Well, it matters how the thing works. Like Epic eats a lot of resources on your thing, from what I've been seeing. Like mine's I
Mm.
can handle it, but the other two are fine. When I run Steam and GOG, they run peacefully in the background. GOG even asks you, "Hey, do you want to update now or later?" Later, and they go, "No, I'll update later." Okay, we just go to back.
Yep.
We'll wait, and it's not
Yep.
as intrusive. So that's something that's always been good about some of these launchers compared to other ones. But getting back to it, 16, I would strongly, for those that would want to, check out the demo, see if you like it, see if you like the controls. One of my problems is the controls. I don't like where some of the buttons are.
I'm like, I'm remapping.
You can't. From what I played so far, there's only 3 different controller setups. I'm hoping you can customize it in the
When the
final
full game
game.
launches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you can just customize it completely, so you can just put it
Say it how you
directly.
want.
Yeah, because I want a couple of those buttons. I don't like what some of those buttons are.
Out of 3 setups, people, Nine Balls hates them all. He's like, no, this is not how you fire the Faraga spell.
Well,
you use it this way.
I guess you get so bent on how certain things like one of the moves, like I believe I like certain action games. I always like circle for my like dodge and block stuff.
Yeah.
Triangle for I can't remember what I use triangle for more for block. Well, that one can be more either or, and I think X. What is it? X on the thing for jump.
Yeah, I think it's a X, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's X on the PlayStation. I always confuse the two X Xbox and because theirs is A on Xbox and I think it's X on PlayStation. It's
like
X on
inverted or something. It's so weird
I got a
setup.
controller right now.
Yeah, like I got my.
Yeah, it's X. It's
my
X.
controller.
PlayStation
Yep.
4 AM. Okay.
Yep.
Overall, though, Final Fantasy 16 looks fantastic. It has a pretty good person at the helm. I'm not even gonna say his name. I butcher it. And is I'm hoping that it doesn't try. The only concern is that I'm hoping that it doesn't try too hard to go too into mature without and end up losing its identity by just trying to say, "Oh, look, we can do this, this, and this," because we're adult. It can go mature and still be a Final Fantasy game. I mean, you
Yeah,
can,
there's a difference between mature and adult, obviously, for sure. There's definitely differences between the two. This definitely has that game, like just what the talk is. Has that medieval, like you have lords and different groups fighting each other. So you're gonna see probably some dark stuff, probably. As you're going through, especially if your character's seeking revenge for something. I know a lot of people are thinking like, it's going to be kind of lighthearted-ish or something, but like they're definitely going to go mature. You might have a little bit of a darker theme in terms of like maybe like Lords of the Fallen or like like some of the ambiance that like if you ever played Dark Souls, like Dark Souls 3 had and all like some of the stuff you saw like around about in the scenery more or less. Like you might see some more darker scenes or themes or something. So I don't know. That one, it could also just be straightforward in terms of that. Who knows? It could just be based just showing only the war, and that's it. I have no clue. We'll have to wait until the game comes out. For me, like I said, I haven't played this game. I haven't played the demo yet. A first day fix for me doesn't really do anything. And also, thanks to Malachi for calling out in the chat. The demo is still valid, and I doubt it'll go away. I don't think it will either, especially coming out like 2 days away. Gives something people to try out and still play to see if they really want to get it or entice them to get it. A day one patch. So as long as it's not a Cyberpunk day one patch, I think they're completely fine doing it. Fixing some stuff day one to make fluidity better, make gameplay better. In terms of like getting rid of those. The one circumstance. The one red flag that apparently was put in there for some reason or it occurred somehow that just would end the game in a poor way. It's like, yeah, let's go ahead and just remove those. Like, yeah, like those are just seem like tedious little small fixes, something like a small package fix. So this doesn't, to me, wouldn't hurt the game. I think it actually, in my opinion, actually kind of helps the game a bit because it shows that the developers are still looking into it. They said they didn't want to do a day one patch because they didn't want to put that on people with that type of like, oh, it's a day one patch. It means the game's not good. No, they're like, no, it's good. It's just we found some little stuff that we would just want to fix, and we decided instead of holding on an extra month or two, we're just going to go ahead and do it now. So, I definitely I'm okay with this. I definitely hope people see that and shows that they're definitely that the crew behind Final Fantasy 16 is definitely dedicated to making the game work as they're promising. I like the one comment here though before we move on. Square Enix previously stated that it believes games should work as expected when launch. I don't know, but to me that sounds like they're kind of calling up a Cyberpunk there. On that.
It could be, but there's been a lot of games that
I know there's been a lot, but I mean, when you say expected to work when they launch, what's the first thing that jumps to mind?
Cyberpunk is the proverbial deer in the headlights, and I hate to say it, but it's true.
See?
But
I know you're gonna call it No Man's Sky. I know you're gonna call it.
it's been way more than No Man's Sky. The Alien games, Alien Colonial Marines.
All right, Colonial Marines. Lay
That
off of them.
was
They had an infestation issue.
They gotta be called. They gotta be called. Theirs was even worse because they were false advertising. It's been quite a few. So
You gonna call it?
I know they're not really called. I know Square Enix isn't really calling them out. It's just Cyberpunk is proverbial deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
And it should have never had launched in that state. I'm not going to say it any other way. I'm glad it turned out very good now, but
yeah.
And I'm hoping that also, since we're on that topic, that their Phantom Liberty does extremely well. And I'm thinking about actually picking that up, so it might actually drop that one down even further for 16.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm definitely trying to get through. I need to get through my Cyberpunks too. Just been so much other stuff to play that it's like, trying to get back to it.
Yeah, I did a Netrunner build, and I was running in straight Berserker.
My brother did a Netrunner build. I haven't done one of those yet, but he's like, he feels like Netrunners are kind of cheap and cheating because you just hack everyone and then they're just dead. You know?
I forgot. I put in something. I put in a couple mods on my second playthrough for mine. So
nice. Are they were performance mods or what?
Some were performance. Some actually make the Netrunners harder because they can hack you and do damage. I think they can even try to kill you.
Ooh.
It's actually supposed to be helping out with difficulty adjustment.
Yeah, because if it's as easy as my bro said, if you just run straight Netrunners but in the vanilla, it might need a tweak. So
yeah, but the only thing about it is most Netrunner builds are glass cannon builds. If you get called out, it's not pretty.
No. All right. Well, yeah. So definitely, best of luck to Final Fantasy coming out here in 2 days, on June 22nd. For all you fans and those who love the game, we're hoping for a good launch and fun gameplay and a good story to keep you all happy. So, best of luck there, Square Enix and Final Fantasy 16. Moving on, Liza P demo is sailing. Luis Joshua Gutierrez from GameSpot. I apologize if I did butcher the name. As of late, many people have taken an interest in Neowitz's Souls-like game, Liza P. The demo has surpassed over 1 million downloads in just the last 3 days. Since the announcement of a playable demo was released, the experience of playing the game has received mostly positive reviews. It currently has a 4.3 out of 5 on Xbox Store and earned a spot on Steam's top 100 most played games. In addition, Liza P has reached over 170,000 views on Twitch, as is now one of the top 10 pre-order games on PlayStation. In a press release, project director Jiwon Cho had this to say about the demo's positive feedback. The Liza P team has been working hard to deliver a demo experience that meets your expectations, and it's been gratifying seeing the positive response. Apologies, guys. Got an eye itch here. Oh, I hate those. There we go. Positive response. We are looking forward to continued feedback as you play through the demo again, so please keep them coming, and we'll release the very best Liza P experience possible on September 19th. Now, I'm definitely going to say this is also one I have not played, and the reason why I haven't played it yet, and no one's been able to break me out of this mindset that I put myself in, is I love the game, I love the way it looks, I love the trailer set and all, but I want to go into this fresh on the game. Like, I love a good Souls game, and the fact that they're kind of like doing almost like a Pinocchio type story here in a Dark Souls mode, I kind of want to go into this one blind. I feel like, I've definitely had some little bits of spoilers on weapons and stuff from Gravity and Hated Sads when they played it and all, but I'm glad people are loving the demo. Like, this definitely makes me feel real good about the game. I'm hoping that when it launches in September, that it is a phenomenal game. But I'm kind of just waiting for the game. Like, I don't know why. It just, in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to spoil it. Like, I feel like if I dive into the demo, because from what I understand is you're playing, I believe, at least 2 sequences of the first part of the story or something, like a little bit, like 2 scenes or something. So I'm like, I don't want to get that far ahead in, I guess you could say. So, but like I said, I'm loving the positive feedback here. This makes me feel real good about this game because we've seen some Souls games that tried to say they're Souls, and they don't really have those feels sometimes. This one though, it's got the feel of the Souls in terms of the difficulties of the bosses from the looks of it, but it's its own unique story and style. And to be honest, and tell me if I'm wrong on this one, Nine Ball, but it gives me an Alice the Madness Returns vibe. Like an
Sort of in a way, I can see that.
yeah, it gives me that type of vibe-ish in a way of like going through and just exploring like their own like darker side-ish or something. So, but yeah, so like I said, really glad for this, glad for the positive feedback, but I have not touched it, and no one's broken me of that vibe yet. So let's see if Malachi, Nine Ball, or any of you people out there watching can break me of this vibe. But Nine Ball, have you played the demo, and how do you feel about this?
Oh, it plays almost exactly like a Souls game. I even died like a couple times just to see how it punishes you. In a way, it punishes you a lot like a Souls game, where you drop your resource and
You have to go back.
you have to go get it back.
Did you cheer when you first died? You're like, yes, this is true. This is one. Like, hallelujah.
But like I said, I want more of a dexterity build, which for those that don't know, most dexterity builds are based around weaving in and out of combat. So you're not trying to hang out. You are kind of going in there, hitting them a few times, backing back out, dodging their attacks, going in, dealing damage and weaving back out. So it's more about agility, maneuverability than just, you know, in it to win it and just in the middle. I'm just gonna take your hits and may the first guy die loses.
So it does have RPG elements to it with like other Soul Stories. It's like you are building up either like Dex, Strength.
Yeah, there's like a
Um,
place to where you can spend your resource to
Spend
level
resources
up.
in that. Is it kind of like Bloodborne or the other Dark Souls games where you got multiple weapons? You only have the like one, two.
I think you
Does
can
like one just evolves depending upon like what you're doing?
I think you can have multiple weapons,
Probably as
but
we go through the story and find them.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Still not making me want to play the demo, but making me very excited for the game.
Hopefully it does better. Souls like games have been hit or miss. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you get like for every Bloodborne, um, Dark Souls, you end up with a game like Steel Rising.
I
And I
still
don't know
haven't
if it's,
played that, but it looks interesting.
yeah. It kind of has inspiration on this game in a way because I feel like this is probably going to be a better version of it.
Ooh, interesting, interesting.
Steel Rising had a steampunk aesthetic to it.
Yeah, it had like I actually would say Victorian steampunk almost, to
It
be
had a
honest.
hardcore Victorian steampunk inspiration on it. So I think this one should do pretty well. I mean, I'm pretty confident in this one. Liza P looks really good. The gameplay feels pretty solid. The only problem I've heard about with some of these not decks, but games, especially Souls games, is how the difficulty is presented. And most people I've listened to will complain about that, to where some Souls games present the difficulty due to the fact that the toughness of the boss battle, as opposed to some of them are Souls, but it's a series of cheap mechanics, i.e., stun locking or an instant death mechanic that just instantly kills you. And I'm hoping that it's more down the
Hmm.
line of a skill, pardon my phrase, skill issue with you if you keep dying. You got to learn how to overcome it. Other than being stuck in a boss battle that you can't do now because he hits you once and you're just stun locked for 10 years. So, and so far I've not really ran into that. And two, I think it's about, which makes it Soulsy is that it's about also learning the boss's attack patterns, how he moves, and how far he comes out. And even normal enemies can do quite a bit. There are some other things, but I don't want to spoil them anymore for you. But it has a hardcore Souls aesthetic. There are certain twists in there that make it kind of different, and so it's if you're into Souls, this is also a demo. Especially since I'm gonna put this plug in there, especially since Next Fest is going, and some of y'all are probably on there, maybe getting on Next Fest to download some demos anyway, just to add Lies of P to your list and see if you like it as a Souls, especially if you like a Souls or Bloodborne, or you got that Bloodborne itch, and maybe you're hoping that one day it comes to PC or something, or you're waiting for it to come to PC. We know it's coming to PC. We're waiting for it to come to PC. So this one can help scratch that while you wait for that, instead of playing a game like um maybe some other ones. Like I said, Still Rising or Mortal Shell, which Mortal Shell had a pretty unique premise to it too, but just didn't catch on. But this one looks way better, and maybe it'll play and be way better. So that's what I'm hoping for here with this one.
Yep. So definitely, Liza P demo is still out. Definitely pick it up, guys, if you are interested in playing it. Like I said, I'm currently interested, but not wanting to spoil myself on the demo. I want to go in kind of brand new, like a freshborn baby gazelle. There on that one. So right for the slaughter, definitely. But yeah, there you go, and check that one out, guys. That is coming out September 19th here, so on your wish list if you definitely enjoyed it on the demo. You know what's not coming out though, Nine Ball?
But
Immortals of Avium has been delayed. Ethan Gux from Kotaku. Immortals of Avium is a Doom-like shooter where you wield magic spells instead of guns. There's something about it that feels unmistakably like an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 throwback, but it's actually a new big-budget indie game from the same EA Originals label that brought us It Takes Two, and more recently, Wild Hearts. And it just got delayed until the worst possible time. Previously set to arrive on July 20th, the team behind the fantasy RPG light shooter Ascendant Studios now says it won't launch until August 22nd. The recent feedback to the game proves what we already felt. The Immortals of Avian is something special, the developers wrote in a new blog post. This will give us time to further polish the game, finish optimizing all platforms, and deliver a strong launch. Now, we've been seeing just tons of delays like this, and been seeing people stating that they're doing it to further polish, optimize, so that way they can deliver these strong launches and all. I mean, I'm definitely okay with saying take your time. I don't think Mortals of Evian has done any delays recently, within the past couple of months. So I feel like this is okay in my book. Like, I'm definitely down for them taking a little bit of time, waiting on it, getting it going, and make sure they have a good game launch and everything. So I'm definitely not in it for a rush. Now they're saying it's it's not going to launch really at a good time. I'm like, I think August is. I think I can understand why they're saying August is a bad time, because you got kids going back to school right then and there, so they're not buying it and playing it. But I still think so long as it does really well and it's a really good game, I feel like it's still going to do really good. I think kids will still buy it. So I don't think the time frame is really that bad of a time to get it out there. Nine Ball, what does this say to you?
For me personally, I don't know. Like, I can't say I was hugely enthused for it. It looks okay for me, and I may sound like condescending me, but for me, it wasn't huge on the top of my list, to be honest. Hopefully, they polish it and make it better. I didn't really, for me, I didn't really vibe with the characters at all. I mean, they feel like characters for me that was on like a Marvel movie.
I can kind of see it. I can see it.
Hopefully they fix it. I've heard this before. So many games go for delays, and then you wonder what they was delayed for. And my only biggest concern is not only is it not being delayed a little bit for me is not a big deal. Some games do worse when they're delayed real long. I've been noticing lately. Games like Cyberpunk, Duke Nukem Forever, games that's been delayed really long for some reason, come out and they're even worse. And you're wondering what the heck happened to it. Anthem was like that. But they get like a 6-7 year delay, been in cooking somewhere, and somebody forgot they was in the oven, and they just burned them. And when it comes out, you're like, I thought I was eating bacon. Good Lord, it's like beef jerky. What happened? And that's what I'm worried about with some of these. And I'm not going to say EA has the worst track record, but let's be honest. They
It's
don't
not
have
the greatest. Yup.
Best of luck to them. I know it's good minds back there because It Takes Two. I've never played it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, didn't it also? I think it was up
It won
for winning
It won
Game of the
awards,
Year.
I believe.
Yeah, I think it won a lot of awards at the VGA, and I can't remember if I don't think it took Game of the Year. I'm trying to remember here. I'm trying to remember what they got. Oh no, they did get Game of the Year.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, 2021
Okay.
was marked Game of the Year. Yeah, winner was It Takes Two. It was in 2021. Also, Game Award for Best Multiplayer in 2021. British Academy of Games gave it award for original property, best family game in 2021, and then also a best award for best multiplayer game. So yeah, it's definitely Game of the Year and best multiplayer and family game, guys. So it's a good one. I definitely want to get on and play it. So if you get on and play it, let me know. I'll play with you, and we can do a little tag team going on there.
All right. But yeah, I'm wishing for them the best. They have good minds, and the only thing I worry about is another problem with EA, and I've heard about this even when they're doing making of Apex, is sometimes EA likes to get involved. And when Daddy EA gets involved, it's never good for nobody.
Ooh.
Yeah. I believe when they talk about Apex and Respawn, I think, oh God, there was a whole thing about that. I need to check it back out, but they changed some things, and I'm hoping EA gives them the time, space, and liberty. And I hope they're not trying to inject anything into it to try to forcibly change.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely agree on that one. Yeah, no. Yeah, because we've seen with calling it out Anthem. That was just so bad. Had so much potential, didn't make it.
And that was sad. Like the groundwork. Well, while the story wasn't there, the gameplay was there. But that's a whole nother story. That's a journey.
That's a side story there. That's a side story of a story to make a story. But yeah, definitely best of luck to Immortals of Avian crew. Hopefully you guys are able to polish it up and give us a really good game here in August on the 22nd. Another game that's out, and it seems to be the season of demos, Eater Knights demo. Kenneth Shepard from Kotaku. I don't know about Eater Knights just yet. I played the opening chapter for Studio Size, Persona influenced action game dating sim hybrid at Summer Game Fest, and on paper, a game that combines those elements should be my jam. But while what I played demonstrated good foundations and fun ideas, it didn't make the best case for the game's overall execution. Eater Knights wears its persona influence on its sleeve. It stars a group of teenagers fighting through supernatural forces as they also sort through their tumultuous social lives. My concern after playing the first chunk of the game is that it might not have the substance on either the dating end or the action end to lift all of this off the ground. Eater Knights demo is available in Steam Library. Full game release for PS4, 5, and PC is scheduled currently September 21st of 2023. I'm gonna say this: when someone from one Game Informer, Kotaku, or something says that they're not sure on this one, that kind of raises a red flag to me. And I'll definitely say this: Ear Knights had the full Persona vibe, and by day dating sim, fighting evil things. And if there's concerns about it, I'm very concerned about it. Reason being, I know I haven't played Persona much. I've watched my bro TBF Abyss play it. It looks fun and all, but with just everything I've got going on, I had to make my choice of, Persona or my other games. And I chose my other games. Going Medieval, Wandering Village, Night of the Dead, that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, that's definitely very concerning to kind of hear. Nine Ball, how does this? Because I heard a woof from you too.
If you're gonna go against the best, you better bring your A game, because let's be honest, Persona 5 won a ton of awards, and it basically is one of the flagships now of that action dating genre. Kind of mixes like an RPG with a visual novel in a way. And it intertwines them pretty well. I spent a lot of time playing part 3 and 4 on my Steam Deck. I need to replay them. It's been a while because I got them all now on Steam, so I'm probably gonna be going through that pretty soon. But if it can't differentiate itself, it's not going to be remembered, and that's something that you have to do. And I always ask people that: how is this different than the other ones? It's sort of like Fortnite compared to Fortnite clone. When somebody looks at battle royale games, they're gonna immediately go Fortnite. So you have to be able to be like maybe a game like Apex and them that were able to come out and create their own, or even a MOBA like League of Legends. And this is why there's so many League of Legends clones and so few of them made it, but yet a game like Smite made it, because you have to be able to be in the same ring but be different enough so that people will recognize you. From what I'm looking at on Eater Night, it looks almost exactly like Persona. I mean, and that is not good. That's not good enough. It needs something that will stand out, and just being an okay game, you just get lost in the wake.
Malachi sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. What's Malachi?
Malachi, he joined us in the chat for a bit. He said, Ear Knights isn't competing with PS5. If anything, it's a love letter to Persona 5. Look up the history of the developer of the indie game.
I know, I'm not saying that it's trying to compete, but anytime you make a game like another game, they're going to compare it to that game.
I mean, you're already hearing it with Kotaku. He's already compared to the Persona-influenced action game.
If you make it exactly like Persona, they're going to call it Persona. It's simple. You call a duck a duck. I don't care what color you make the duck, it's still a duck. Now, I understand that it's okay. I understand it's not competing. I know I did say that earlier, in which I was wrong on, but it's going to hit that area to where it needs to separate itself. Use inspiration, but make it different. If you make it exactly like Persona 5, why am I going to buy Eater Knights when I can just buy Persona 5?
So I guess you're definitely asking, like, what is the true split there? from them. Like, I definitely was like, per Malachi way. I said like look up the developer of the indie game. Like
Well,
studios, it's definitely they got a unique site there, but it's like, um, there's the site is the distance between two places, a bit of spare time to do something, and the relationship between two people. Our games are about the relationships you can forge inside slightly peculiar worlds. I mean, I don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely like that concept and all. It's just when other people are saying like, and this could be going back to what we talked before. Like, it's like, oh, it's the gaming industry. They've got their targets and their favorites and their things and all. So, I just, I guess I'm just concerned if the demo's not showing much, and maybe it's something that maybe I need to download the demo and play this one to see just kind of what is going on inside of it to see
I'm
what's
a
going
have
on there.
to 100% for me.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely guys there. Unite's demo, it's online on Steam, available to download and play. And the library, probably got to check out just to kind of see like what the hype and
Yeah,
vibe is and like what's missing and all.
because even that description he's giving about the friendship was on Persona, because the people you romance or your friends, the closer you became to certain friends, the more powerful certain personas became.
Hmm.
So I mean, I like the love letter thing, even if it's not competition. Like if he's saying it's not competition, okay. I'm still saying we want to use inspiration, but I want them to be able to take inspiration from something while differentiating itself. Something I thought was funny is that I didn't realize it till a while. The maker of Dark Souls actually used inspiration from Berserk. And while Berserk is in there, it's its own game while having inspiration there. That's something I want to see. And it's the only reason why I'm saying that is because you want it to succeed, and this is one of the things to make it succeed. If it's not going to be different, why would you pick it up? And um, why would you pick this up as opposed to just playing Persona 5 or Persona 5 Strikers or whatever Persona is about to come out? And that's really my big question. I mean, I'm not saying I would love to see these. I'm not hating the game. I just want to see it succeed, and this is something you always have to put in your mind about. You don't
Yep.
want a game to just get lost in the background.
Yeah, and to call it the copy thing, like in Malachi is kind of aware of this because we've had a game that kind of was similar. It sounds like it's and I don't want it to go this way, but it could be like the with the difference between GTA and Saints Row. At the very beginning, Saints Row was trying to, in a way, mimic GTA. To try and like get on that bandwagon and that thing. And it by the second one, it was starting to go downhill, and like the teams were starting to like kind of give up on it. Now Malachi, you're probably gonna hate on me and rage quit. Like, no, dude, shut up, yo, what you know? Like they the team just got so tired. Like it wasn't going well before they started throwing in the stupid stuff, and then that's when some of the stupid stuff really started to get people back into. They're like, wait a minute, you can do what in the game? So I'm hoping that Eater Knights goes its own way and it does it well enough to where it is, as you said, not compared to Persona 5 and is given it said like a love letter saying like I have elements of you, but I am not you. So definitely hoping for that. We'll have to play the demo to find out and see what that's like. Because definitely kind of curious now with this, especially when, like I said, someone from a company says like they're not sure on this. That's a woo.
Yeah, it's not good. And games like that, especially the worst part about it, it sort of is an anime style game, and that's not saying anime games are bad, but it's already targets certain audience already. And this ain't saying it's bad, but people will instantly see this and they're gonna first of all maybe think of Final Fantasy or something like that. And then when you play it, they're gonna think more Persona. You won't I always say, like I said, you want something that it's like that, but it's different. And this is why certain games, even Tales of Arise, the Tales series has really risen up. They're able to do their own thing, have their own identity, have their own play and their own version of their games while still being a JRPG. And you don't want to see games like this just get lost or just fall to the wayside. Oh my God, he said not. Was he talking about ducks? I'm sorry, I'm looking at chat.
Not
It
if
says
it's not if it's Indigo.
you talking about
Maybe not if it's indie. I don't know. That one I'm not too sure on. Malachi, you're have to come out and
you have to
redefine that one
clarify.
there. But yeah, we'll definitely have to download that demo to
Yeah,
see what's going on with that.
I'll probably get it
But
tonight.
yeah, interesting stuff. Speaking of demos that you guys should get, final thing here. We don't really have too much fun stuff going on. It's kind of the dry spell here in the summertime, but fun thing from Steam. Like I said, speaking of demos, Next Fest is currently going on, guys. So head on to Steam, get those free demos of games that are coming out, stuff that you may have had on your wish list or stuff that looks brand new and all. Download those games, give them a try, and see if you would give them a thumbs up or thumbs down on that network, and then add them to that wish list or not. So. Always a good time. I've always myself enjoyed a good time on Steam Fest and have found a lot of good games. A lot of games I'd be like, I don't know who loves this type of game and would want to play it, So
I look for
definitely
those
check them out there.
games.
Oh, I love kooky games, but there's some I found I'm just like, you tried and it feels like you gave up, Like, I'm glad this is just a demo, not the game,
Yeah.
So... yeah, so there we go, guys. Got that coming out. Currently up and running, so definitely pick it up while you can because it doesn't go on for long. I believe it's only the 19th, yep, to the 26th. Ends at 10 p.m. Pacific time on the 26th. So you've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 days left. So good enough time to get some good demo runs and get them in. So check it out, guys.
Yeah,
Nine Ball, anything else you got for our people before we end this evening?
like you said, check out Next Fest. This will also give you some time because I know everybody knows we should be approaching Steam Summer Sale. This will give you some time to check out some of these demos, see if you want any, put them on your list, and get ready get your wallet ready. So this is definitely a good time to do that. It's also been quite a few deals lately. GOG, I want to say, is having not having a Steam sale. God dang it. GOG is having a summer sale. And Green Man Gaming, if you're a member, which the membership is free, you can get Starfield for 20% off. That's why I picked mine up. They're not going to give you the code yet, but you'll pre-order it, and it's, I think, $50, I think, or $80 if you want the. Yeah, that's why I picked mine up. I've went through Green Man Gaming before, so it's pretty good. One more thing, if you're interested in the game, which I'm looking at right now, Layers of Fear, it is on sale at Fanatico for $22. It's 25% off right now. So normally we pick it up for around $30. It's about $22. So if you want it, I would say if you want it right now, I would say pick it up. I'm actually looking at picking it up myself. You know me and horror games, the Layers of Fear. I'm going for it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'll let you demo that one, and we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, so good things today, guys. Like I said, a lot of demos. Hopefully, as we get out of the summertime and go more towards the fall time, we'll get a lot more game news, new games coming out, or announcements here. So, looking forward to more stuff. Definitely keep your eye out. We should be back next Tuesday with the next All Things Gaming at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And if we have anything else coming up or we just drop on something, you can check us out on our Twitch channel here at ALWT Gaming. You can check us on YouTube, At Least We Tried Gaming, where you'll see the videos afterwards. Or if you hear us online within our pod streams, I forget, Nineball, where we are launching these at. Guys got the list normally of where they launch to. So yeah, you'll definitely check us out there and here. And we appreciate everyone who's always tuning in. Appreciate y'all being here and just listening to us rant and rave or having fun on games. So appreciate it so much. Nineball, last or any more closing comments before we head out? I said this once already, but I'm saying it one more time. Last call. Going once. Going twice.
Just I'm telling you, game and have fun. I mean, I've been doing that this last week. Now I've been doing a lot of gaming, but I'm getting back into gaming. But gaming, but also spend time with your family too. We went to some amusement parks, had an absolute blast. Went to safari, had an absolute blast. It's been a lot of fun. So, like I said, get your gaming in, have a good time, but don't forget about the people outside the game and IRL and
that firm.
and be sure to enjoy them too.
Yep. Cannot help but second all of that. Second it all. Well, thanks so much, guys, for showing up and for taking part and watching this later. We all appreciate it. I'm Mildewy Carrot. It's the Nineball. Somewhere in Spirit Land, it's Malachi 36. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Ending out. Control, Alt.
Complete.
Peace, guys.